Okay, so I did a quick groom on her, but I saved the feet, the fly spray for you guys. I don't know if you've noticed a change with her wanting to be with me now. That's been huge. Doesn't mean that she won't wander off and say, okay, let's play this game again. I'm not saying that we're fixed, but here, here, here. Here, here. She got a little worried because a horse on the inside of the barn there kicked something, or I don't know, made a noise, worried her. Here. 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 That's a good girl. Found some good itchy spots yesterday when we were playing, so make it worth her while that she came to visit. She was very muddy, so I'm leaving like little dirt tracks by scratching her, but she was very muddy, weren't you? Yes. Here. Good girl. Good girl. We come a long way for that, boy. The first couple days, she was willing to just run and run and run, not come to me, not connect. Here. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Here. 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 One of the horses just blew dust out of his nose. That caught her attention. Here. 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 What a good girl. What a good girl. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put her back online. Didn't do anything with her but groom her. Like I said, I saved her hind feet. Oh, you're okay. I saved her hind feet in the fly spray for last, so you can see where she's at with that. Lift, lift. Deliberately take a little bit longer than necessary, so she kind of gets a feel of what a farrier would ask of her. Good girl. Lift, 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 lift. Hey, hey. You're okay, you're okay. You're okay. You're not in trouble, you're not in trouble. I just want to be able to tip your nose. You're okay. You're okay, you're not in trouble. Good girl. Here, 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 here. You're fine. Lift. Good girl. See? I told you you weren't in trouble. I just wanted to be able to tip your nose if that would help you pick your foot up. You're okay. You're okay. Lift. Girl. You're okay. You're okay. Hey, 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 hey. Stand. Lift. Good girl. No. No. I'll give it back to you in a second. Okay. So, that was the first time I actually had any real struggle. So we're going to go ahead and pick that one back up and let it be our idea that we put it down. You're okay. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. We're just going to do this a little differently. You're fine. Lift. Lift. Good girl. Good. Just wanted it to be our idea that it went back down on the ground. Good girl, see? See? Nothing terrible. Okay. So the fly spray is another thing she had to learn. So I don't sneak around. I shake it. I let them know it's coming. Remember I taught her the stop button, which means don't move if it hits you in the chest. And then regret, that went in her face. That's kind of not fair. Thanks for drooling on me, love. Here. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. So she's blocking me from coming on this side of her. Good. Good girl. You're okay. The wind's making it not work for us, so we're going to turn on purpose. There we go. You're okay. One more. There. So I always like to try to finish on the stop button, the spot on the chest. So that way she remembers that's part of her job. When she feels that go on her chest, she's supposed to stop moving. Now, I don't know if every farm has the red root clover, but it's a weed that they find out there in the paddocks this time of year, and it causes them to drool. There's nothing actually wrong with her. It just overactivates their salivary glands. So if she suddenly starts drooling like she took a big drink of water, that's what that is. Okay, so I'm going to have her bend her head around to her girth for me without moving her feet. Good. Good. Both sides. Good. So today, I might introduce her to the cues that are involving that exact same thing, and yet a little bit different, that'll tell her what to do with her feet. That told her what to do with her feet too. It told her, don't move them. So I have two more ring cues that'll tell her what to do with her feet that involve moving them. The one ring cue will tell her what to do with her front feet. The other ring cue will tell her what to do with her rear feet. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll bring her to where you guys can see her better here. I think you see her better up here because of the panels. Good. Stand. That was another thing she struggled with. She stands completely ground tied now to be groomed. She doesn't need to be held. It's the little improvements that create the milestones. So now I'm going to introduce the direct rein, which is I'm going to bring her head around to her girth, which means don't do anything with your feet. Then I'm going to take the rein off of her body, and I'm going to ask her to move her front feet towards me. So, around to her girth means nothing. Good girl. Now I'm going to ask her to move her front feet towards me. Good girl. Around to her girth means nothing. Good. Front feet towards me. Good. Good. Girth means nothing. Now front feet towards me. Good girl. Same thing on the other side. Ugh, don't drool on me. I don't go crazy getting them to do a bunch of things that they excel in. I mean, yes, I do it as an exercise and a lesson, but like she does this so well, I don't need to spend 15 minutes on asking her to come around to her girth. She gets it, okay? Although you can never laterally flex a horse, you can never do too much of that, but we're going to go on to the next thing. So, bring her to her girth, which means don't move your feet. When she stops moving her feet, I'll let her go, but she didn't stop moving her feet yet, Now she did, so I'm going to let her go, because I need to remind her that that does not involve moving your feet. Again, to the girth. If she doesn't move her feet, then I'm going to show her the direct rein, which is move your front feet towards me. Good. So she moved her back feet a lot. She's a little protective of this side. See how she's starting to get that crest in her neck, which is what I pointed out yesterday when she gets upset with me. She gets this crest in her neck right here. Ask her to come to her girth. Good. Ask her to step her front feet towards me until she does it. Good. So I got a little out of position, but that's okay. So see, she's getting a little argumentative because she's starting to think that she doesn't understand this. When she doesn't understand something, she gets argumentative. Good girl. Front feet towards me. Front feet towards me. Good. Okay, so she's having a harder time understanding it in this direction. So don't move your feet. Okay, so she's using her head a little bit. Don't move your feet. Good. Front feet towards me. Good. That's all I wanted, love. That's all I wanted. Good girl. Okay. Whew. Got a little work on that side to do. This is her protective side, so you always, when you first start working with a horse and you discover which side they protect the most, that's always going to be the side that you have the worst or the harder lessons on. So I'm ready for that to always be on this side. There's always going to be something she's got to learn on this side, a little bit longer. So bring her to her girth without moving her feet. Good. Now ask her to move her front feet. Good. She has no idea that she did anything right or wrong. She's not getting it yet because she's got a lot more emotions involved. Bring her to her girth. Good. Move her front feet. Move her front feet. Good. Moved her back feet quite a bit. Bring her to her girth. Good girl. Move her front feet. Her front feet. Her front feet. Good. So again, back feet. There's a lot of movement going on with the rest of her feet. I want them to learn about stepping on ropes. There's a whole reason why I leave my ropes on the ground. You never want to find out your horse can't handle stepping on a rope. When you're out at a 100 pace and you just took your horse off the trailer, you turn your back, your horse steps on the rope. Next thing you know, your horse is running the 100 pace without you. So I like to make sure that horses understand that they can step on a rope and it doesn't have to be a big deal. Okay, so see, she's ready to protect this side. Good. Bring her around to her girth, means nothing. Move your front feet. Move your front feet. Good girl. Good, good, good. Now I like how she dragged this back foot. It's kind of like saying, oh, I didn't need to move that. So I kind of like that she did that. Stop drooling on me, love. Today's the day to be real particular about her banging her head into me because she's drooling all over me when she does. Quit. Good. So like I said, she's a little defensive on this side of her body. See how she's ready? A lot of times when they use their head as a weapon, you can point out what she just did. This bone right here is the bone they like to hit you with. So you'll see her nose tipped away, and this bone kind of came on a direct trajectory to me. If she decided to swing at me, she would have hit me with this bone, and it would have been absolutely intentional. So when you see a horse go like this, when they're coming at you, they mean to do it. They mean to hit you with this bone right here. Right? Right? You were thinking about it, weren't you? Good. Front feet, front feet, front feet, front feet, front feet towards me. Front feet, there. Good, good, good. So she's getting upset again. This is kind of this mare's MO on this side. Means nothing. Good girl. Front feet. No, front feet, front feet. Okay, good. So I'm kind of getting out of position, which isn't really going to help her. Good girl. Okay. To the girth means nothing. Good. I'm just going to give that one to her. Reminder that that is its own thing. To the girth means nothing. Again, give it to her. And I'm going to straighten her feet out on purpose so I can allow her to have a better option of crossing. Good. Now I'm going to leave her like that. So now she has a better chance of doing what I want quicker because of the position of her feet. I'm going to ask her to come to her girth. Then I'm going to ask her to take her step over towards me. Just your front. I'm going to let her think it through. There. Set them up to succeed. If her feet had stayed in the same position, sure, I would have kept doing it till she got it. I might have gotten out of position, which would have been bad for her to understand. Back feet would have done a lot of moving, and then when I released, she would have had done so much moving, she wouldn't have been able to take that in. So setting her up to succeed like that by putting her feet in that position, her foot's in a pretty decent position right now to do it. Oh, she moved. So I'm going to wait. So now I'm going to go ahead and set her back up. I'm going to back her up, back. Good, good. And I'm going to leave her in that position. That front foot, the front white foot is ahead. I'm going to ask her to come to her girth without moving. And I'm going to ask her to slowly think about it. Don't move everything else. So she still didn't do what I wanted. Now she sort of did. And now she tipped this bone at me. Keep an eye on that. See, yeah, now she's got that arch in her neck. You're telling me a lot today, honey. Okay. Here. Good. Nothing. Just give her a second. Give her a second. I haven't done anything different. Her front feet aren't moving yet. Her front feet aren't doing what I want yet. Her front feet haven't done what I want yet. Front feet haven't done what I want yet. This one will now, because she has no choice. Good. So her feet are in great position to do this again. Back to the girth means nothing. Bring that white foot towards me. That's all I want. Think about it. Nope, nope, nope. Moving a lot that I don't want you to move. Moving a lot that I don't want you to move. Moving a lot that I don't want you to move. There. And the funny thing is gradually as they learn how little you want them to do, the more likely they are to try less. I mean, not try less, but try harder to do just what you want as opposed to all that overachieving stuff. They'll realize that all that overachieving stuff is more exhausting to them physically. You know, they got to do a lot more. Good girl. So, gonna ask her to come over to her girth again. Good. She's not in a good position, but maybe to straddle towards me would be good. There. Now, she's starting to understand. She's stopping, not getting quite as offended. Gonna ask her to come back to her girth. Don't move. Gonna ask her to straddle that foot towards me again. Straddle that foot towards me. Good. Good. I'd love for her to start to get that this means something, but it's not yet. She's still wanting to get offended. Good. Straddle that foot towards me. Nope. Nope. Yep. And then the trick is to stop her from doing anything else so that the reward made sense on the foot you were talking to. Okay. To the girth means nothing. Straddle that foot to me. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Stop. Good. Still, this isn't really making sense to her yet. This is your steering. Straddle that foot towards me. Yep, here we go. Good. Good. A lot of back foot movement at the end there, but I released hopefully when it mattered. So here we go. We're tipping that bone at me. Means nothing. That that white foot should be able to cross over. She twisted it. Oh, good. Good. She's a little disconnected from her feet. Having a little hard time getting the message to her feet. I was hoping I could set her up. I'm going to set that white foot up again. So see that, here's our arch. Good. Good. Okay. I got her set up to where I think if she quickly wants to arch. Good. Good girl. Now, step that white foot to me. Good. Good. She's just not connecting to her feet. I'm going to try to get one decent one. I'm going to move on to something else. She's just not connecting to her feet, and I'm just going to make her mad. So we'll try again maybe at the end. See how she tilted her head? She went like that. When they go like that, or like that, depending on which side you're on, but when she tipped her head like that to me, she was looking to hit me with that bone there. Weren't you? Yes, you were. You were thinking about it. Yes, you're a little evil with your head. Okay, so don't move your feet. Good. Move your feet. Good, 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 good. Okay, and that was a good one to end on. It was a perfect one to end on. So I'm going to leave her alone with that. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, I'm gonna do something that I did with her yesterday, just to get her, so I'm gonna quit twisting her head around, because that's what's confusing her, I think, is that she's not getting the message to her feet because of her head. She's busy with her head. She's very protective of that side of her body, this side of her body. And then she just gets it in her head that I'm going to have to hit you. I'm going to have you hit with my head. I'm going to have to do something to you with my head. So I'm going to ask her to over her rear end this way towards me. Hopefully today she'll remember it like she did where we left off yesterday, which was I didn't actually have to touch her. Over. Let her think it through for a second. Just gonna, yep, over. wrong foot. Over. Yep, over. Nope. So I am gonna help her just so we don't delay it. Over. Yep, over. Good. Remember that? Remember that from yesterday? Huh? Blowing bubbles over here. Okay, see if she can pick up where we left off yesterday now. Over. Put your head the other way, good. Over, yep. Nope. Help her. Good. So, see how she got arched here? Watch her. Over. Good. I know. Hard stuff. I don't know if you heard her. She had a big sigh. Okay, ready, baby? Over. Yep. Nope. Over. Yep. Over. Yep. Good girl. Over. Oh, look at you go. Yeah, you hear that bird? It's up top there. Yeah. So just so we stay untangled. Over. Yep, her tipping her head tells me she's thinking about the right thing. She didn't tip it enough. Now she did. Good. One more. Over. Nope. Don't leave. Over. I'm gonna help her. Good. Over. Nope, don't leave. It's not about leaving. Over. Yep. Don't leave. There you go. So I held on a little bit to her snap there because I wanted her to stop giving such a backup movement. Even if it was a crossover, it was still a crossover with a back-up feel. So I wanted it to be more deliberate. Crossover like that. Good girl. You didn't do anything wrong. Good girl. You did good. So let's see if she'll do it. She offered it there. I was just rubbing on her, but she's offered it. So let's see what she does. Oh, they're so much fun when they start to get stuff. Over. Nope. Wrong answer. Yep. Good girl. Yeah. Can I get the hair out of your eyes? Yeah. Okay. One more. Good girl. I want a better one now. I want her to try harder. Over. Don't back up. It's not a backup. Over. Try harder. It's bigger. Do a bigger step. Bigger step. So now I would just increase it on asking for bigger steps. But I'm not going to hang on this too long. Over. Good girl. Not back up. Over. Yep. Oh, there you go. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. So she's quickly wanting to get a little offended today. I'm not sure why. Back. Good girl. You're okay. So we're going to see if we can't. something up on her back today. Let her look at this. Touch her with it. Touch her with it. Don't sneak around with it. Don't make it, don't make it not scary. If anything, add a little scary to it. This is just to protect her withers from the knot on the front of the, underneath of my bareback pad there. See if I can set that up on her back. Run it off her rump. Good girl. See if I can set it up on her withers. Run it off her rump. See if I can run it off her rump without her moving. See if I can run it off her rump without her moving. See if I can run it off her rump without her moving. Good. She's a good girl. Set it up on her wither, set it up on her neck, run it off her rump without her moving. Good girl. Okay, so she moved at the end there. So I'm just going to go ahead and try one more time. She moved at the end there. I'm going to go ahead and, clearly I don't have to put a saddle on her hiney, but good girl. So we're going to try this now. What is that? Can I set that up on her? Good. Let her smell it. Smells like lots of horses. Can I set it up on her? Run it off her rump. Don't want her to leave. Can I set it up on her? I'm going to hold her though. Okay. Okay. Just let her know that this isn't terrible. Good. Oh. You're okay. So she's starting to get a little worried. Worry means my feet are going to start to move. That arch came in the neck. Till you don't have such a negative response and then stop. You're not going to say, okay, you stopped negatively responding, so now I'm just going to keep doing it. No, I'll stop when she stops negatively responding. Girl. Yeah, drool all over it. Get the hair out of here. Let her see something that jiggles and makes noise. Ask her to look at it, not leave. Ask her to look at it. And it goes with this. Yeah. So let's see if we can't kind of do a combination of things. Good girl. So set this up on her. Good. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Set this up on her. You're okay. You're okay. So because she moved her feet so much, I'm not going to just move on. I'm going to do it all over again. You're okay. Bug's bothering her today for some reason. You're okay. Stand still. Oh, stand. Good girl. Good. But she moved, so I'm still going to do it again. There. Good girl. What? Okay, so see how she protects that side of her? Good girl. This girth might end up being too big, but yeah, I'm the one stepping on it. Oh, darn. Darn, it fell on the ground. I I usually do that on purpose, but she did it for me. I fell on the ground. Oh, shuckies. I fell on the ground. Something to learn. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. I got grit all over it. I got grit all over it. Can she handle something under her belly? Yeah. Girl. Can you handle that, huh? I know, feels funny, I know. Good. Good. I know. Good girl. I know, it feels funny under your belly, right? Yeah. As soon as she stops moving her feet, I'll let it go. As soon as she stops moving her feet, I'll let it go. Here. Yeah, it's chasing you a little bit, huh? Good girl. Okay, once I get it actually strapped on her, I'm going to move her feet away from me in case she decides to blow up. Good girl. So she knows if she moves her feet, it'll stop, but in this case, it's very, very loose. Now I'm going to ask her to move her feet away from me. A little feel of that on her belly. It's not very tight at all. Just let her feel it. Girl. Good. That's as tight as I'm going to do it today. Ask her to go out on the circle. Good. So right away, I'm going to try to take her brain off of that sensation, but I want her to feel it also, what it feels like when she does turns. So that's why she learned to change of direction before she learned this, because I want her to feel what that feels like when it kind of snugs on her, when her rib cage moves. So I'm going to ask her to walk, because I didn't ask for that. I'm going to ask her to walk, because I didn't ask for that. Ask her to walk. 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 Nope, keep going. Thanks for checking in, but keep going. Good. I'm going to ask her to change directions. Don't assume you know it. Good. So her brain's a little bit on her saddle, or on the bareback pad there. That's why her feet are a little more active than they should be. And that's why she's having a little bit harder time with something she's really good at already, which is the turns. So I'm going to ask her to do a turn. It's much better. Keep going. Kind of my fault. I get out in front of her sometimes and she does not 100% sure. So I'm going to ask her to do a turn before she gets too crazy going in the speed I don't want. Good. So now, I'm going to ask her to turn away from me. Good. Good girl. Okay. So now I'm going to ask her to figure out kind of what the mounting block is while she gets used to feeling that on her. See me up here. See me up here. I also want to have her see me jump down and see if that spooks her. And the reason I want to do that is because let's just say I go to get on her and she blows up and we end up in kind of a very animated trajectory, or, you know, I either jump off or jump on, or we jump together. For her to kind of see me jump from above is not a bad thing for her to see. Now, let's see if she can remember the over right now. See if she can do a change of direction. Good. Gonna do another change of direction. Good. And now, wait. Okay. It's all right. She has no clue. I'm not mad at her for anything. She has no clue. Yield her hind end away. Good. That's what I wanted. Ask her nose to go this way. Good. That's what I wanted. Good. I'm just gonna leave her here for a second. Let her get comfortable with me up here, rubbing on her. Make noise with that scary thing there. Ask her to come back. Ask her to come back. Bring her back over. Step up one more step. Step up one more step. Good girl. Wait. Okay, so she of course she doesn't have any clue what the mounting block is. So I tapped her on the butt with the rope just to scoot her along. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Woo. So she bumped into me. I'm going to kind of make not staying here a little uncomfortable. Make staying here comfortable. Make not staying here a little uncomfortable. Make stand. Make staying here a little comfortable. Now let's see if we built on anything with the over. Over. Good girl. Yeah. Kind of got it. Over. Good girl. What a good girl. So she's getting real busy, right? She's starting to get herself a little worked up. Gonna get down. Now I do a lot of mounting block work. I'm sure if you've ever watched any of my videos, you're probably like, oh boy, here we go with all that mounting block stuff. I really like horses to believe the mounting block is a good place. It's a quiet place. It's a comfortable place. It's a place to get a good scratch. It's not a place to anticipate something else that they don't like, which is being ridden. I'm sorry, horses don't really like being ridden. I don't know. My opinion, I guess. I certainly pick up that opinion from the horses. I mean, now mind you, most of the horses, when I do start them, they're like, oh, now we can go places together. So they do recognize that me being on them helps us go somewhere together. But to speak for a horse and say they enjoy being ridden, I don't know. I don't know that that's an accurate statement. So I'm going to ask her to kind of get in the habit of going where I need her to go. And stand, and stand. Good. Nope, make moving uncomfortable. Make standing here, stand. Make standing here comfortable. That was a hard one for her to learn, stand. So I mean, you can't rush into this part without making sure all the other parts are good. So like this horse couldn't stand still for the life of her when I met her. And we had a pretty long lesson of learning how to just stand. How making her leaving me uncomfortable and making her stand next to me comfortable. And that was a really long lesson. because she really didn't know how to make that message get to her feet that my feet shouldn't be moving. My feet shouldn't be moving. Now we've gotten that part down, so now I can expect that she understands what stand means when I ask her to stand next to a mounting block. I couldn't have expected that 3 days ago. So I didn't make her wrong for passing the mounting block because I didn't ask her to stand yet. I'm going to ask her to back up, see if she can over from there. Over. Now she got that right in her head. I saw her head say, oh, wait a minute, I think I know that one. Over, over, over. I'm going to give her a second without her fighting with me. Over, yep, yep. Okay, so I'm going to get down to help her a little bit. Over, over. Don't fight, over, over, over. Good. Good girl. Don't fight. You're right. All right, so now to convince her that that fight wasn't necessary, I'm going to get up here again. Whoop. I'm going to ask her to go around. I'm going to ask her to kind of move her feet quickly, although she didn't leave. Good. Good. Here. Stand. Good. Good. I love that her feet are that far apart. It means she truly understood when I said stand. And she didn't keep trying to walk even to balance herself out. So I'm going to give her a break and let her walk off. You gotta appreciate the little efforts that are obvious in something like that. When I told her to stand, she left herself stepping like this. She didn't even finish it to get balanced. She didn't continue to walk. She understood 100% the word stand meant don't move your feet again. So I had to reward her by allowing her to get balanced. I ask her to step up here again. Step up here again. Stand. Good, she did it again. Her feet stayed apart. She understood stand. She didn't take another step after I said it. Okay, she feels me tugging on her mane. I thought I was doing something nice by scratching her on her withers, but I was tugging on her mane, which is underneath the wither pad there. So it was making noise and tugging on her. So, gotta also keep in consideration for what would be an actual reward to your horse. If your horse doesn't like being slapped on the neck, which I'm going to tell you many don't slap your horse on the neck by telling him, oh, you're a good job, right? Because that's not a reward. I don't want to be hit when I've done something good. And then scratching them, huge reward, way better than food. Food rewards are great as long as you always have food with you. But a scratch, I always have my hands, and I can always find a spot on a horse that feels good to be scratched. But if you have a horse like I have, a horse named Chase, who's very thin-skinned and doesn't like to be touched in many places, if he doesn't like his neck scratched, and you scratch his neck as a reward, you're not rewarding him. If he likes his neck scratched in the mane, and he accepts that as a reward because he enjoys it, or you found an itchy space, then yes, absolutely, use that as a reward. If their chest is itchy from all the bug bites, then that's the place you want to reward. But slapping them as a reward, not a reward. Scratching them or rubbing them in places that they don't actually like, not a reward. Food, not a very smart reward. You know, I can debate that with anybody. I don't carry a fanny pack full of cookies, so every time I want my horse to behave, I can give him a cookie. Kind of like watching the dogs that, you know, you want to show off your dog's new trick, and you tell your friends, look what he can do, and you don't happen to have a cookie on you, and you tell him to sit, and the dog looks at your hands like, you got anything there for me? And when clearly you don't, and the dog doesn't do what you want him to do, you're picking up things like, you know, a leaf off the ground, and you're crinkling the leaf trying to get the dog to think you have a cookie. Like, the dog's got you pegged, you know, you've been trained. So I don't want my horses to train me that I have to have food all the time for them to somewhat behave, because truthfully, they're little muggers once they think cookies are involved. So I didn't ask her to leave.